What's going on? It's Fist. Bring another great edition of Call of Duty for me to do, because that's what I do. I hope you had a chance to watch my last video about footsteps being too loud. Now I know Sledgehammer isn't going to do anything about it until it turns into an infestation. And this is just one technique out of many that I use if you're dealing with that situation where you have people, you know, if you're just going to deal with that situation where you just have a bunch of people that are going to be listening to footsteps. Well, you know, if they give you lemons, just make lemonade. You just got to make with what you have. So I have this set up. It's a one-shot kill shotgun, you know, up close, and then I have expeditionary, and I think I might have no flinch, extra attachment, or duelist. I don't remember which, but mainly it's just to refill my bouncing betties and flash bangs, and you know, it's trench warfare. So I think mostly a lot of your setups are going to be map specific, and so I wish we had more classes to use or set up so that we could play this game. And really, you just have to find out, you know, where the flow is at. A lot of times you get caught in between, hey, should I rush, should I camp, you know, what should I do? Here you can see I started out really terrible. I think I died like 5 times, and then I catch this really good streak and go on a little bit of a tear. But it just has mainly to do with, you know, figuring out the rotation of the spawns, and then just setting up that area with your expeditionary class. I think the expeditionary class is that's pretty highly underrated. And if you're a person that likes, you know, to, you know, camp, I wouldn't say camp, but patrol one area or lock down an area because you don't know where they're coming from, and because footsteps are so loud, it's really simple to do. So and another thing is, it's just, it helps you gain some time in your class to understand what other directions you want to go. You got to remember, this game's going to change a bazillion times over time. You know, you have 5 division classes, a bazillion ribbons. I mean, they actually put up the what was it? They put up ribbons. They took ribbons from the division classes, the last section of a division, like numeral number 4, and they add those into ribbons. So, like, for instance, if you had infantry and you prestiged your infantry badge, so you can go in headquarters. I know there's a lot of stuff that people don't understand, and I'm just going all over the place, but this is just mainly to show you, I mean, for people that probably already know what's going on, you know, hey, look, sometimes I don't want to move, so I'm just gonna, like right here. So I think this is by the plane. I forgot what area this is called. You see it by the little circle there, but mainly I just cover this area and I put 2 bouncing betties up and I listen for footsteps, and that's it. I mean, it's sad, but I mean, that's what the game's gonna come to. You pretty much either gonna have dead silence on, or you're not gonna have dead silence on. So if you don't have dead silence on and you want to use other setups, then you're going to have to not move and listen for footsteps. And by deductive reasoning, if you don't see that person in your mini-map, clearly you know it's the enemy. So, you know, you pretty much cover 2 entry points with the bouncing betties, and you just got to watch the other one, or you find an area where it's really a lot of high travel. Then you get a lot of kills, and then you start to understand what's going on, you know, if this is the setup that you want to use. So, tons of stuff that I want to talk about. I even want to do a video on firing range. I think that's really important. So I'm going to do a lot more of these videos. I got tons and tons and tons and tons of setups, but I think this one is, you know, this one's map specific. This is map specific. So I use this setup for this map because, you know, this is just, you know, you get one-shot kills. You're in really close quarters. It doesn't always work for a lot of other places, because you're in the trenches most of the time, so you're really going to just see people. There's no way they can't move left or right, so that nullifies a lot of ribbons and classes. So, you know, you just funnel it down to one character, and that's your shotgun character. But I think that there's a lot, you know, like I said, weapons, and that's what's great about these maps. The maps, you know, there's some good maps that are long distance, like the battleship and the big artillery cannon map. There's some long distances on there, and it calls for way different setups. I mean, I even think, like, I look at some of those maps and I'm like, you know, I rush down on snipers because snipers want to set up, and I just push them out of their spawns. And it's funny because people will just, you know, they'll just keep playing that way and run down those lanes, and I don't understand that. But I'm gonna show you. There's so much to talk about in this game. It's really an odd, quirky Call of Duty. I mean, it's almost as odd as an Infinite Warfare was. I shouldn't have challenged this. I should have just kept running, but it's challenging in its own way because of how to manage your headquarters, how to manage your badges, how to manage your ribbons, how to manage your divisions, how to tie all that stuff in. And like I said, it all comes down to maps, you know, map awareness, map specificity, understanding your maps. Once you understand the maps, then you build from there, and you build your badges, and you build your characters and your slot spaces. I think it's really map specific more than any other Call of Duty out there. So I hope some of this helped you out. I think you should highly check out Expeditionary, setting up landmines, because you'll force people in to use armored, which nobody uses. And we'll talk more about that. If you have questions in the comments below, please leave a comment below, and I'll try to go over more in each video in the coming days. Until next time, it's your boy Fizz. Peace, I'm out.